Love and light, everybody. I'm Reverend Phil, and I'm your host for Community Chest. The definition of Community Chest is a resource of a particular area used to help people who are in need of assistance. The purpose of this show is to highlight the charitable, nonprofit agencies who are providing the services that are so desperately needed and supportive of our community. And for this segment, sitting with me today is Kelly Hill, who is the community liaison for Kitchen Angels. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, my pleasure. I want to read to you their mission statement, and we're going to get into talk about what that means and how they fulfill it. The mission of Kitchen Angels is to provide nutritious, prepared meals to homebound individuals living with life-challenging conditions. I mean, it doesn't get more basic than this. I'll preach later. Kelly.
Yes.
You've got numerous programs. Do you want to choose anyone? We'll start. Tell us about the variety. And let's even back that up.
Sure.
Kitchen Angels, what brought it into being?
What brought it into being was essentially a group of people who were interested in helping to stop hunger in northern New Mexico and help people who were in need that were homebound. The people who got together to do the building that Kitchen Angels is in right now, the Angel Depot, were Max Cole and Gregory Green, which is why it's called the Cole Green Angel Depot.
Cole was a state legislator, a state senator?
Yes, he was a former legislator, and Gregory Green was the former board president. And they got together and they did a capital campaign to get that building built, and it is leased from the city. And it is paid for by volunteer hours. We don't actually pay anything. It's paid by volunteer hours. We have about 280 volunteers who do all of the food preparation and food delivery to homebound people in Santa Fe. And
you said northern New Mexico, so do you do more than Santa Fe?
Well, the building itself, there are 3 different organizations that work out of it. We do the city of Santa Fe.
Okay.
The Food Depot is a food bank, and they collect food from all over the country and help distribute that to organizations that need help to help end hunger all over New Mexico.
So you have a number of services. Let's grab one. How about the weekday meal service? What does that mean? Sure.
We deliver weekly meal Monday through Friday to homebound folks. Volunteers come in and cook a home cooked meal every day. There are 2 shifts that volunteers can participate in. One is from 10 to 12 and one is from 1 to 4. In that period they prepare meals. We deliver on average 127 meals every day. And then we have another group of volunteers that come in and deliver from 4:30 to 6:30.
Let's say somebody who's watching us now is homebound and not capable of preparing their own meals. Mm-hmm. What do they have to do to get the service?
Sure. All they would do is call Kitchen Angels at 471-7780, and they would speak to May, who is our client intake director there at Kitchen Angels, and they would go through a application process. The 3 main guidelines for being able to get meals from Kitchen Angels are that you have to be under 60. And the reason that we do that is because over 60, they're provided food by Meals on Wheels, which is a government service.
The federal program, okay.
So we want to make sure that we are helping people who cannot apply for that service. So under 60, homebound, meaning that they cannot get out and about, they can't go do their own shopping, and suffering from a health crisis.
So that crisis and that homebound, it could be chronic, or it could just be, I broke my leg and I can't walk for a month and a half or something.
Yes.
So either case.
Yep.
How quickly will they get service?
Well, pretty quickly, especially if they're in major need. We try to accommodate people and get them nutritious food as soon as we possibly can. The application process doesn't take that long. It's a series of questions. And then we also like to get a doctor's referral. We want to make sure that a doctor is seeing this particular person and knows their condition and can help establish that they are a good fit for the program.
And when we're talking meals, we're not talking a can of soda and a Danish. We're talking real food, are we not?
We are talking about wonderfully made, homemade food, and we have several different diet tracks as well. So we have meals for people who have been lifelong vegetarians. We have meals for people who need to be gluten-free. We have meals for people who are undergoing dialysis and need to be very aware of the sodium or the different things in food that could affect their health. So, you know, Teresa Norton, who manages the kitchen, does an incredible job of variety, nutrition, being very aware of what's in the meals.
So
and
she's
they
like
are
a black belt
incredible.
dietitian.
Oh yeah. Well, she's the chef. We do have a nutritionist that comes in and helps us create the diets for people who need them. They go and see the clients and make sure they're getting what they need. And so there's a team of people who really are trying to create amazing, nutritious meals for people.
Do you run a separate kitchen for people who need kosher meals?
We do not, and but I do believe that we do a Hanukkah meal, and we try to, you know, be aware of what people's needs are.
You also have something called the frozen meal program. What is that?
That means generally there are some people that we service that are outside of our delivery area, and so they may have family or friends who would be able to come in and pick up frozen meals for them, so they could come in once a week and pick up 7 frozen meals so that they have food all week. And they.
So you have like a freeze drying facility as well?
We do have a facility that we can freeze food and get it delivered to people, yes.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yes. And on Thursdays and Fridays, we also take a frozen meal to our regular clients so that they have a meal over the weekend.
So the weekends are, you're making all your food during the week, and they
Yes.
have. If they need help preparing the food that you bring to them, do you provide that service as well? Does the people delivering it heat it up for them or stuff like that?
It is hot. It is a hot meal that's delivered.
Okay,
the only
so
frozen meals that get delivered are for the weekend. So Thursday and Friday they get one frozen meal with their regular warm meal. But our delivery folks actually have a thermal bag.
Okay.
And so that meal gets to them hot pretty much right out of the oven.
Oh, that is so cool. How many people do you serve on an average daily?
127.
127 people. And that's 3 meals a day.
That's one meal.
One meal a day.
They get dinner every day. It's delivered
Okay.
between 4:30 and 6:30, but it is a large meal. So that includes your entree, a salad or soup, fruit. There's a weekly delivery of bread. There's a weekly delivery of a large thing of fruit. And we also, within the last couple years, started to deliver on Tuesdays cat and dog food for people who their real closest companion is their animal. And
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's so sweet.
yes.
That's so nice. You had a thing also where you talked about protein drinks.
Yes, we also deliver Ensure for people who need just the extra calories and some extra nutrition. So we do have Ensure that's part of some people's diets.
So these 127 people that you serve, how many volunteers are actually delivering those meals?
Well, we have 15 routes every day, so that's about 75 drivers a week that go out and deliver food.
That's a lot of coordination.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. We're going to start to run out of time. I know you folks have a special event coming up called Angels Night Out on Thursday, April 19th. You want to talk a little bit about that?
I would love to. Angels Night Out is an annual fundraising event in which 25 to 30 restaurants around Santa Fe participate by giving 25% of their proceeds that evening to Kitchen Angels. There is a list of those restaurants on our website, which is kitchenangels.org, and we would love it if everyone in Santa Fe were to go out and dine that night. And there will be ambassadors at each of those restaurants, people representing Kitchen Angels, who will be letting people know what Kitchen Angels is about, how to become involved if you'd like to volunteer, volunteer, how to get involved if you know someone who may need our services as clients, and then also there will be raffle prizes and door prizes at each of those restaurants as well.
Wow. Do these restaurants, besides doing this one night, do they ever provide any of the food that you folks deliver? Or?
Not normally. We've had a couple restaurants that have had different events where they have a lot left over, and so they'll call and say, hey, can we bring this by? Can you use it? Which we happily take. But we also work with community farms, and different organizations and individuals call often with food to donate.
So where does the bulk of the food you get come from? I mean, do you get donations from like the supermarkets and?
Sure. Whole Foods does an event every year called Grab and Give, which they donate a large amount of food based on customers. We also get it from the Food Depot, who is a food bank. So we get a lot of our food from them. And we also get it from some of the community farms around town who donate a lot of the fresh produce.
Wonderful. Another question just pops in my mind. I said, do you do organic meals for people?
We do use as much organic food as we can from the community farms. So yes, we do use our organic products, but we don't call ourselves organic all the way around, but we do use organic.
And I saw also on your, I think you mentioned it, like you'll deliver birthday cakes on birthdays and stuff.
Yeah, we have everybody's birthday, so when a birthday comes up, we generally try to give them something a little special for that day.
Wow. Okay, we're going to be out of time soon.
Sure.
What is it, tell the viewers, what do you need? What would you like? What help can they provide for you?
Sure. We always appreciate volunteers to deliver meals as well as help prepare. You are welcome to call me. I'm also the volunteer volunteer coordinator at 471-780. Come on in, get a tour of the facility, go through our orientation. The next one is April 4th at our facility, which is 1222 Seiler Road, and or call anytime. We would love any kind of help.
You'll take food?
Yes.
You'll take money?
Yes.
Okay, besides warm bodies?
Yes. And kitchen stuff. If you're redoing your kitchen and you have things that you're not going to use anymore, bring them to Kitchen Angels. We'll put them to use. We have a lot of people in the kitchen.
Knives, forks, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but different kinds of
Cutting
food
boards,
processors. Yes, so.
How wonderful.
Yes.
God, you guys do great work. I want to thank you for being here, and I want to thank your whole organization for the marvelous work you do.
Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. I want to appeal to you like I always do. You know, we've got a society, I believe, that doesn't care too much about people. We get like politicians who only care about themselves. And because of that, we have people who are going hungry, going homeless. But I mean, we're talking about food here, the basic. Doesn't that trouble you? Doesn't that disturb you? Maybe you want to get involved and do something, please. Thank you for tuning in. Blessings to you all.